Oh, what is up? Welcome back. Welcome back. What a week of football. Man, oh man, did we have a ton of stuff going down. Fortunately, it's just going to be me this week to break it all down with you. So, what is up, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back to another edition of The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. You know what time it is. It is time to review the action that just took place in the NFL, which was NFL week number 15. And man, oh man, what a week of football it was, from the Thursday action to the Saturday action to the Sunday morning, afternoon, evening action, all the way to Monday. What a week of football we got delivered. So, without any further ado, let's start the show. Welcome back. Welcome back to another edition of The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. You know what time it is. It is time to review the NFL action that just took place, NFL week number 15. Hi, how's it going? I am Jacob Cutler, one half of the Sports Guys, and the only half of the Sports Guys that will be joining us today. Unfortunately, Brandon is swamped with work, so he is unable to make it this week, but never fear. He will be back with us next week, and I will just take us on home this week for our review episode, for our picks episode. Nice and easy. But yes, we're here. We're going to talk about all the good, all the bad, and all the ugly from NFL week number 15. And before we do that, let's just quickly put up on the screen how we did last week. Let's put it up on the screen. Boom. There we go. Up on the screen. For Brandon, I mean, just a stellar year of picks this year, going 13-3, 1-0 on his guaranteed victories. The Niners getting the job done in absolute dominant fashion against the Arizona Cardinals. For myself, 10-6, 1-0 on my guaranteed victories. The Bengals, what a thriller. What a thriller of a game that was. And man, oh man, did it come down to the wire, down double digits in the second half, down double digits in the going into the fourth quarter. Man, oh man, what a performance the Bengals did. What heart the Bengals showed, and we are definitely going to talk about that. Overall for the season, that puts us at, for Brandon, 145-79, 12-3 on his guaranteed victories. Like I said, absolutely kicking some ass this year. For myself, 132-92, 11-4 on my guaranteed victories. And for our special guest, 52-38, 3-3 on their guaranteed victories. Nice and easy. Let's wipe those off the screen. Let's get into all of the good, the bad, and the ugly from week number 15. So, Jake, what good do you have from week number 15? Oh, well, I'm glad that you asked, Jake. Let me just go ahead and kick us off. The Raiders. Holy moly. The Las Vegas Raiders put up 63 points. Oh, it was an absolute blowout. Absolute blowout. Not only did the Raiders score the most points in their franchise history, they also got Brandon Staley out of here. Brandon Staley is gonzo. Thank God. Thank God. Rumors, Bill Belichick might be headed to Los Angeles. Interesting. Him and Justin Herbert. We'll see what happens there. But the Raiders, Aiden O'Connell, 4 touchdowns. What a performance. Devontae Adams didn't even have that great a performance, and he still had a massive performance. Trey Tucker, rookie, I believe. Coming out, showing out, dominating. I mean, the Raiders put it all together on Thursday. 63 points. The defense was crazy. I mean, it was just like basically possession, drop, step back, fumble, possession, drop, step back, fumble. Jack Jones's one-handed interception was mind-blowing. Jack Jones's reading that play was mind-blowing. The Raiders, 63 points against the Los Angeles Chargers of San Diego. Obliterating the Los Angeles Chargers. Could not believe it. Other good I saw from Saturday, the Bengals. I mean, Jake Browning, what a stud, what a legend, what an absolute killer. I was nervous. I'll be honest. I was nervous. I didn't know if he had it in him. Those plays were kind of lucky. I'll give it to you. T. Higgins is an absolute, I mean, he's crazy. I mean, Justin Jefferson said it best. He's crazy for that one. That one was ridiculous. And then the one to Tyler Boyd as well. Ridiculous. Jake Browning finding a way to get it done. Now the only player in NFL history to have more than 1,000 yards and complete better than 75% of his passes, and is through his first 4 starts. No NFL player in the history has ever done that except for Jake Browning. Making waves. The Bengals have 2, not 1, but 2 killers. 2 killers there at quarterback. Sad news. DJ Reader out for the year. Torn quad. Jamar Chase out for some time. Separated shoulder. Ivy looks like he dislocated or towards ACL. I mean, it was definitely a batter and bruise type of game. We definitely lost more than we gained, I'll be honest with you. But what a hell of a victory. Because it goes to show that Joe Burrow is not the only member of this team. The Bengals are why the Bengals are good. Not just Joe Burrow. I love Joey. He is my guy. But Joey is not the only reason why the Bengals are good. So good for the Bengals. Great victory. Keeping themselves in the playoff hunt and putting themselves in the playoffs currently, but keeping themselves in the playoff hunt, keeping themselves in the playoff picture and fighting. And I mean, wow, we'll see what happens. I mean, plenty of more games, man. Plenty of more games. We shall see what happens. But the Bengals keep on fighting. The Colts getting a massive victory there in Pittsburgh to also get themselves a playoff spot or keep themselves in the playoff picture. Colts Bengals currently sitting in the AFC playoffs, the wild card round, obviously, but Colts playoffs sitting in. Another team that's looking to make waves this year that happened on Saturday. The Lions. Yeah, the Lions put out the Denver Donkeys Flames for just a little bit. The Detroit Lions came out and absolutely balled out. They showed up to play. They showed up for real. Test game. I've been saying this all year. There are statement games that teams are dealt throughout the season. You got to step up. You got to step up and live up to the hype, to what you're supposed to do. The Lions did that yesterday with how hot the Denver Broncos were coming into that game. The Donkeys were not able to do anything on offense. The Lions looking absolutely just great on all sides of the ball. 42-7, dominating victory. Lions getting the job done there Saturday evening, right? Moving on to Sunday. I mean, what a comeback by Joe Flacco and the Cleveland Browns on the Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears looking like they're going to steal one in Cleveland. And then Joe Flacco's like, actually, you know what? Nope, you're not. We're going to go down the field, score a touchdown, and then we're going to take the lead, and boom. Game over, son. Just like the Chicago Bears. I mean, I feel for Justin Fields. He is not the problem. I mean, Robert Tonyan. I mean, you watch that game, Robert Tonyan was as wide open as you could be. That ball hit him right in the sweet spot of the hands, and he just botched it. I don't know what more you could ask for Justin Fields. So we'll see what happens in the offseason and what the Bears elect to do with their picks. But Justin Fields needs some help. Joe Flacco further stapling a potential Hall of Fame career. Crazy. The Buccaneers also having a massive victory there against the Packers, right? Getting themselves into the playoff hunt, solidifying their number one spot in that NFC South division. So Buccaneers making some noise. We could see, we'll see what happens. I mean, they could be a sleeper team. They could be definitely a sleeper team heading in to the playoffs that you might not want to play just because you don't really know what you're going to get. Tampa Bay Buccaneers looked good. Case Keenum and the Houston Texans pulling it off against the Tennessee Titans in an absolute, somewhat of a sleeper thriller type of game. It was kind of boring, but it still was thrilling. It went back and forth. Defense played good, but the Texans getting the job done, keeping themselves in the playoff hunt while CJ Stroud is down with a concussion. We'll see what happens there. Very interesting. The Dolphins absolutely just destroying the New York Jets, right? 30-0. Jets can do anything on offense. Dolphins can do everything on offense. It was just an absolute massacre. It was bad. It was definitely bad. The Panthers, I mean, it doesn't have to be pretty. Just get it. Just get a win any way that you can. 9-7, Carolina Panthers getting the job done against the inconsistent Atlanta Falcons. Panthers 9-7, getting their first victory under their intern head coach, Bryce Young, right in the pouring rain, able to lead his team down the field to get that game-winning field goal. Good for the Panthers. In the afternoon, what did we see? We saw the Niners, like I talked about a little bit. The Niners absolutely going to work on the Arizona Cardinals, right? Cardinals struck first, but it didn't even matter at that point, right? Touchdown, pick six, and then touchdown again. It was over before it even started. Brock Purdy, MVP, right? MVP Brock Purdy. The Glock is incredible. I mean, CMC is incredible. Debo is incredible. George Kittle is incredible, right? Brandon Ayuk is incredible. That whole team is incredible. And man, oh man, if this isn't the year, I don't know what other time or place it could possibly be than this season. So the Niners, I mean, Brock Purdy's got to be MVP. If something catastrophic has got to happen these last few weeks for him not to get it. But Brock Purdy definitely is the MVP of the NFL season. The Buffalo Bills. The consistently inconsistent Buffalo Bills was able to string together a solid performance, an absolutely solid performance against the Cowboys, dominating them from first quarter all the way to fourth quarter. I mean, it was start to finish domination. So the Buffalo Bills getting a massive victory there against the Dallas Cowboys, keeping themselves in the playoff hunt, right? Oh, sorry, the Niners clinching the NFC West division, right? Also still number one seed in the NFC. So we'll talk about that in just a couple minutes. But Niners, right, clinching the NFC West, number one seed. The Buffalo Bills 8-6, keeping themselves in the playoff fight, the playoff hunt, fighting for their lives. Josh Allen, you can't falter at this point. Buffalo Bills getting the job done there at home. Ravens, big victory, I'll be honest, big victory against the Jags, handling business. I mean, really, Jags, Trevor Lawrence could not do anything on offense. It was not a good showing at all. But the Ravens getting a big victory there for themselves on the road. And then last but not least, love them, hate them, whatever you feel about them. I'll be honest, watching last night's game, watching that post-game press conference, I could not help but feel good for Drew Lock. I mean, what a performance, what a gutsy performance. Like he was saying, you didn't really know if he was going to start or play at all. He got his mindset ready, he got his mind ready, he got his mental ready to get locked into the game, even if he wasn't going to be the starter, and he was, and he came out and he got the job done and threw a beautiful pass. Beautiful pass to Smith-Njigba, and man, what a beautiful catch. What an absolutely beautiful catch. Snow cone, as you would call it in baseball. Basically a snow cone, right? I mean, there's not much more fingertips that you could have on that ball. So what an absolutely just great game-winning catch. DK Metcalf with a great game-saving third down conversion catch. That was just a floater up there. Drew Lock sticking with it, having heart, playing tough, getting the job done. You love to see it. You love to see it. All right, now on to the bad. The Chargers, right? Chargers, bad and ugly. We'll lump them together. Keep it nice and easy. Chargers, man. Brandon Staley gone. Gone. Brandon Staley is gone. It is about time. Like Richard Sherman said, they should have fired him at halftime. The Chargers should have made NFL history and fired Brandon Staley at halftime. I mean, that performance was horrendous. So, I mean, wow. The Chargers have a long way to go. Man, oh man. The Broncos, right? The inability, I should say, of getting anything going on offense, massively hindered, right? Russ couldn't do anything. That false start, that whatever it was, offsides false start, where Sean Payton's just laying into Russ on the sideline. Yeah. Donkeys not able to get anything done. The Bears choking away that victory. I mean, you had the game and then you choke it away. Bad. Titans unable to do anything in overtime. I mean, I thought the game was going to end in a tie, but unable to do anything in overtime. Derrick Henry unable to do anything during the game. They couldn't do anything to get him going at all. Bad. New York Jets, just straight ugly. Not even bad, just straight ugly. The Chiefs' performance, bad. I was not impressed. I mean, New England Patriots were in the game basically the whole time. So, I mean, Chiefs, just not the Chiefs of old. Very beatable. So we'll see what happens later on down the road this year. I am very interested to see the Chiefs in the playoffs because it definitely does look like they are going to be playing on the road. But I don't want to speak too soon, but the Kansas City Chiefs, yeah, not a good performance, I felt, against the New England Patriots. And then Tommy DeVito, I mean, god-awful performance against the New Orleans Saints. Just terrible, right? Inconsistent Falcons doing what they usually do, which is just be very inconsistent. Losing to the Carolina Panthers 9-7 in a bad weather game. I mean, you just can't let that happen. You got to pull it out. You're the better team. You got better weapons. You got the better quarterback. You can't lose 9-7 on the road in a rain game where there's 100 people there. There was like 100 people in the stadium. So terrible, absolutely terrible game by the Atlanta Falcons. The Dallas Cowboys only mustering 10 points against the Buffalo Bills team, who love to be inconsistent. That is no good at all. The Dallas Cowboys, super inconsistent. And I mean, nobody is on the level of the 49ers. There is no team in the NFC, maybe even the AFC, but there is no team in the NFC on the level of the 49ers. That is a fact. And just to lump in, right? Cowboys only able to score 10 points. The Jags only able to put up 7 points. You're marching for the playoffs. You're fighting for the playoff spot. You're fighting to clinch your division. You're only putting up 7 points against a potential playoff opponent? What are you hiding? What are you waiting for? What are you doing? The Jags looked terrible. On Sunday night. And yeah, it was just not a good performance. 7 points? And then the last thing is the Eagles. I mean, potential frauds. Never have been the same since the 49ers. That's what the 49ers do to you. They just wreck you inside and out for multiple weeks on end. And the Eagles, look, I mean, Jalen Hurts, I mean, talk about getting knocked down a couple pegs. Man, oh man, the Eagles falling apart what may be at the seams. Losing to the Seahawks, now falling back into that wild card position, now falling out of the division lead. I mean, we'll see what happens with the Eagles, but man, oh man, does it look like, the city of brotherly love might be heading home early this year. Well, we'll see what happens. Still early. We'll see what happens. That's going to do it. That is going to do it. I mean, look at that. Nice and easy, baby. Yeah, that is going to do it for this edition of The Good and the Bad, the Ugly. You know what time it is. We are done with NFL week number 15. We are on to NFL week number 16, which means we only have 2 more weeks of NFL action. NFL week 16, NFL week 17, and NFL week 18. After NFL week 16, we only have 2 more weeks of action. This season is quickly coming to a close and quickly wrapping up. I mean, wow. What a rapid, how fast did the season go by? How fast did this year go by? Oh, man. It's a little early. You'll hear it from me again, but Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to all of you. Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy whatever you celebrate. Happy Box Day, Happy Holidays to all of you out there. Be safe, travel safe, have fun with your family, have a good time, enjoy some football, and man, oh man, that's going to do it for this edition of The Good and the Bad, the Ugly. I am Jacob Cutler, one half of the Sports Guys, and until our picks episode, I'm Jake, and I'm out.